Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about the role of blockchain in monetization of data that automotive sector is collecting from your vehicles. So in previous video we basically talked about how automotive industries are basically collecting this data and how they're using it. But how blockchains are making sure that these data are secure as well as how they are playing a major role in protecting that data as well as in monetizing that data for their uses. So if you're talking about the blockchain is basically a kind of, you can say, a cryptocurrency or a security system which does not allow you to access any kind of data without an proper integration or proper match of several different configuration of numbers or several different configurations of data. We will talk about that in detail in the next slide, but in this we are going to basically look into some of the major introduction to the role of blockchain in monetization of data. So if you're talking about IBM found that 62% of customer prefer car brand which has better security and privacy, and it's important for the consumers to look for these kind of technologies or look for these kind of services that automotive OEMs as well as their service centers are paying or offering to you in terms of making your security as well as your privacy secure, because these kind of things will enhance as your vehicle are moving towards more, you can say, case system. Case stands for connected, autonomous, electric as well as shared. These kind of vehicles need to have a proper kind of data security as well as privacy secure of the person who is driving that vehicle. So there are several kind of OEMs as well as different big automotive giants that are backing up this startup, those who are in blockchain industries. So Uber are working with VLB, Volkswagen is working with IOTA, and Porsche is leading this race, and they are backing several different kind of blockchain startups to make sure that whatsoever data they are collecting it, they are collecting it and using it in a proper way. So if you're talking about Porsche is working with Zions and other several different startups to make sure that their data are secure as well as their data is protected in terms of privacy, and their customers are feeling secure if they are driving their vehicles. So if you're talking about these kind of things, now we will talk about the blockchain. What is blockchain? So if you're talking about in blockchain is a decentralization and a powerful cryptography offers one of the most efficient solution to challenge the vehicle data cybersecurity. As I told you that we are moving toward case. Case again stand for connected car, autonomous vehicles, electric vehicle and shared vehicle. These kind of vehicles will generate a large amount of data. In my previous video, one of my videos, I talked about cybersecurity and importance of cybersecurity in automotive sector. I will link that video in the description as well as on the I button over my head. So if you are interested in watching that video, you can watch that video without any kind of hesitation. First watch that video, I will say, and then after you will get to understand these kind of things more clearly, and more you will be able to understand these kind of things. So cybersecurity is important, and as I told you, Porsche is leading the investing in blockchain startup. Prototype include parking payment, remote access to the car, vehicle history validations, and more. So these kind of things need to be make sure that they are secure whenever the customers are paying you for these kind of facility that you are offering. Suppose that you are offering an parking system, or if you are going to have a proper amount of integrated parking system in your malls or shopping center, and they are not secure, and they are not the customer is not sure that these things are 100% secure and their payment method will be secured and their card data won't be shared to other third parties, they won't be using your services. So these kind of things are important to make sure that customers are working with you as well as they are relying, and and they must feel sure that the policies or the services that they are using is secure and their data will not be exchanged with other third parties in their services. So it's a very big challenge, and to tackle these kind of challenge we need a huge amount of cybersecurity, and blockchain is one of the most important key parameters, or you can say a key hand holding technology that will basically help in dividing, or you can say in basically moving it forward with a good pace. So blockchain is basically a cybersecurity process through which we can basically make sure that all the data, all these things are secure with the people and within the confined strain, or you can say within the global process of the automotive OEMs. Now we will talk about the blockchains in automotive sector. As I told you that these kind of things such as the services that OEMs are offering, which are more related to IoT devices or more they are generating data, need to be make sure that they are secure. In 2014, the Alliance of Automotive Manufactured issued an guideline that called as Consumer Privacy Protection Principle of Vehicle Technology and Services. And you will find these kind of guidelines or these kind of privacy policy in every different other or OEM's website, official website, I must say, because whenever you will scroll down towards their website, you will find that it has another section which says your data is protected with us. So these kind of things are very important, and I just want to make a request to all the viewers of this video that please, whenever you buy anything or whenever you are purchasing any kind of digital media or digital apps, please make sure that you are reading that private policy or privacy policy or any kind of agreement that you are showing that I agree to these kind of agreements and privacy policy. Because if you will read that area or if you will read, you will find that somehow they are basically accessing your data and they're using your data to enhance or to basically improve your experience in the further development of their technologies. So these kind of things are need to be make sure that they're not basically just false using your data in any kind of terms that can harm your privacy or can harm your, you can say, different data that you are generating, such as your card information, your names, your household address, or different things. So make sure whenever you are just signing up for any kind of digital system or any kind of data or services that you are willing to pay for, just make sure that they are not misusing your data. Second thing over here is the guideline specific OEM must use data transparently and allow a choice in data usage, respect to the content, and provide security, integrated access, and accountability of the data. OEMs must be accountable of the data that they are basically collecting from you. So it's important that you must know your rights before giving your data to any OEMs or any automotive sector facility provider in this area. So it's very important to read those private policy or privacy policy, whatever the name is, or you can say any kind of terms and condition you are agreeing to, basically willing to agree when in an exchange of their services. Blockchain is a key in solving some of these privacy issues such as transparency, security, integrity, and access. So these kind of things are being done with the help of blockchains only, because blockchain is the highest, you can say, technology that helps in improving the cyber security. We have different kind of things, but blockchains are still leading several cryptocurrencies market, or you can say the exchange of cryptocurrency is done with the help of blockchains only. So you can see that they are basically leading the cybersecurity platform, and that's why automotive OEMs are using blockchain to improve their cybersecurity for their vehicles. Now, how automotive industries are using blockchains? So they are basically using it to in a decentralized manner. They are basically ledgering all these data at one place, and they're collecting different kind of data, and they're using it for different purposes. So OEMs will supply a decentralized ledger to secure access the exclusive data and resell, and can reuse data can be reused, but resell is something which you should look for, and you shouldn't agree if their terms and conditions says that they can resell your data to any other third party. So these kind of things or these kind of videos will basically educate you, and if you know someone who is basically in automotive sector and they are willing to have different kind of, you can say, services in terms of IoT, or they're exchanging their data with their vehicle, because modern vehicles are improving and they're coming up with the telecommunication system. So these kind of systems are improving day by day, but they're collecting your data at every step or every wheel of rotation that your vehicle is making. So to protect the exclusive information from the competitors, because hackers are increasing day by day, and some black hats hackers are basically collecting these kind of data and reselling it to the market. So to protect it from them, the OEMs are using blockchains for their private security or proper security. To sell or trade the data on blockchain based marketplaces, it's important that you should know that only these kind of data will be transferred via the blockchain, or whenever there is a surrounding or there is an ecosystem of blockchain around them. You cannot basically resell these kind of data to anyone. So it's important that you have a proper knowledge about these kind of systems that are working in automotive sector and how automotive industries are working to make sure that your data is protected with themselves, and they are basically giving you some kind of, you can say, satisfaction or some kind of basic knowledge that your data is protected with us. You don't have to worry, and we are basically keeping it in a safe use, and we will only use this data to basically enhance our product. So you should know how they're using it, what they're doing it, and how they're protecting your data from getting it into the wrong hands. Now, to incorporate gather vehicles data to improve and personalize product offering, that's why I told you in one of my previous video about the how automotive industries are using your data. They're using it to basically personalize the product according to the requirement of different city and different peoples that they are targeting to. Suppose that a Range Rover and a Maruti Suzuki, the customer demands and the way they are handling their customer is different. That's why a Range Rover will basically pitch the higher valued or more expensive item with the more kind of, you can say, services, as well as the comfort and convenience to that customer. As well as where we are talking about the Maruti Suzuki, they are handling, you can say, a low middle class people or some upper middle class people, but they won't be able to pitch high amount of expensive services because the customer are not ready and the customer is not from that area. That's why they should know which customers to target and how they can target and how they can sell their product to different level of customers that they are dealing with. That's why these kind of data are important, but you should know that how blockchain is working. And if you are one of those IT industrialists, or if you are from the IT, you can just work with the automotive industry to improve, to pitch your ideas in terms of making sure that all these kind of data are secure. These kind of things are much more in pace if you're talking about the developed country, but they will be developing in developing countries such as India, South Africa, Brazil, or China, and these kind of countries. But if you're talking about UK, US, Netherlands, or Australia, they are at very good pace and they are increasing. That's why I thought I should make a video and share my knowledge about the blockchains and how automotive industries are using blockchain in automotive sector. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any kind of question, queries, or any kind of feedback regarding this video, or you want me to cover any kind of special video for you, you can feel free to comment down below. And if you have any kind of questions, feel free to again comment down below. And till then, have a nice day and peace.